every city in this country, other countries, there's kids just like that because of her. So thanks to the city of Rochester MVP for putting that together. We're already behind schedule, so I'm going to keep this thing moving. Abby, I don't think she's slept, so we're going to get her out of here soon, right?
Reads, failure is impossible. You exemplify these words in every way, and Rochester is proud to call you our hometown hero. We know that you will be out of the limelight, but when the last stadium light goes out, your light will still shine the brightest. Thank you, Abby.
So that's the beauty of sports. It's unscripted, and she always pretty much came up big, except for like last night, though. So it's all right. But you know, at the end of that game, I noticed this. I put it in my story today. Everyone's kind of like golf clap, right? They didn't. Oh my gosh, they lost. And Abby's like looking at the camera, the world, right? The millions. Smile. It's okay. It's life goes on. It's a game, right? And that's why she was able, after losing to Japan and the trophy she really wanted in the World Cup in 2011, to get up there and shake their hands. And then like within the next year, people are at Judy Wambach's house in Japan, media, trying to get into her bedroom, right? It worked. Seriously, Japanese media went to her house. Janet will tell you. So I've worked for the Democratic Chronicle since 1994, and I just happened to become a high school sports writer that year. And there's this girl from Mercy scoring a bunch of goals, Wambach. So people say, how do you, what's Abby like, they say. And I said, she's Abby, right? She's the genuine article. Straightforward, true to herself. And when you started this, your hair wasn't blonde and mine didn't have any gray in it. It does now. The way she is a credit to the people here, her family, and to herself. She should be proud of that, not just because of the goals or the accolades, but because who she is. There's a couple stories I want to relate to you. Because you're here because she's Rochester, and she's here because you're Rochester. And I'm one of the few media on the planet that has her cell phone number, right? I can text, I can call.
Mommy!
October 27th.
Daddy's talking.
Abby Wambach's retiring. Oh boy, drop everything, right? My boss says, you might want to give her a call. And I said, she might not answer this time. You know, tomorrow's the big day. She's going to have a press conference at the White House. I call, 2 rings. Hey Jeff, what's up? What's up? You're retiring. And we talked for 10 minutes. And I said, I've done so many stories, you got to give me another angle, and she did. 2011 is when it really all changed for her, she'll tell you that. That goal in the World Cup they didn't win, but they changed the course of time for women's soccer in our country. I was alone watching, and my family was down at the lake, the river I should say, and I'm in the cottage alone on a Sunday morning, and the goal goes in, and I'm alone. And I'm like Jim Valvano looking for somebody to hug. I just stood up and I yelled, she did it. I start yelling down to the river to my wife, you gotta get up here, you can't believe this. And then they won. Someone asked me when she was in college why I keep writing she's the best player from Rochester. I said, well, that's what everyone tells me, and they've been around here longer than me. And I think it kind of proved true. Maybe the best player ever. Certainly the best goal scorer. Late with this story, if you tell them at Thanksgiving Eve, I'm not gonna be at the office at 10 o'clock at night, and she says, well, I'll tell you during the day. So she told me before her family, I think Judy knew. No? Just me? Wow. So I knew that. And that's when the trust really began. She trusted me, and I trusted her. Broken leg in 2008, pure class, strength. She's calling people on the ambulance telling you, you're going to have to replace me on the roster for the Olympics. We talked about the World Cup. Her sister mentioned it too. The grace with which she lost. FIFA picked the wrong person to do battle with, Abby Wambach, in that turf. And last year, when I hear so much right about people wanting minutes and starting, Abby lost her starting job. And what did she do? She stood up and she cheered for her teammates and led them with her words. She's been a guiding light for Rochester. She hasn't just made soccer better, she's made women's sports across the world better. And I can't get her any bigger compliment than to tell you that my 2-year-old daughter over there, if she grows up to be half the woman you are, I'll be a lucky, lucky fellow. It's quite simply been my privilege to write about her career. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the 2-time Olympic champion, a World Cup champion, the 6-time U.S. Soccer Female Athlete of the Year, the only female soccer player to ever win the Associated Press Athlete of the Year award, 2012 FIFA World Player of the Year, and the all-time leading scorer in soccer history, man or woman, our rock star, Abby Wambach.